We're going to do one of the small carts today. There are several carts that are put together exactly the same way. The only difference is that some of the carts have different features that are attached after the cabinet's assembled. And you have two doors. A left door as you're facing it, and then a right door, and these are the insides. Have three little holes here. Those are pilot holes for the door spacer. This is the hole for the knob. And on the inside of your right door, you have a through hole for the knob, and then there's another little teeny hole here, and that's for your magnet plate. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to attach this door spacer. You can look at the door spacer. It's got countersunk holes. I'm going to put that on. It's going to be flush at the bottom of the door. And I'm going to use 5/8 number 8 screws. Get them all three started. Then just tighten them down. If you have trouble tightening them down, put a little mineral oil on the screw threads, and that will assist you in screwing them. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the magnet plate to the right door, the inside of the right door. A lot of times the magnet plate's stuck to the magnet, and the screws are in a separate little packet. And I'm going to take the smallest screw in that packet, and it has a little flat head. You make sure you get the flat head. The plate has a couple little bumps on it. That's going to go toward the wood. And then we're just going to screw that down. Next I'm going to attach the door knobs. The door knobs come with this machine screws, the longer of the machine screws. There's another set. I'm going to insert the machine screw through the back. There so you can see it. Let's get that started. We'll tighten it up. Then the last thing we need to do with the doors is I'm going to take a 1.5 inch pin as your pivot for your door. The next step we're going to do is the brace preparation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pin in each end of this brace. Usually they're loose a little bit, sometimes they're not. Going to do the same thing with the magnet lock or the top brace. Going to put a pin in each end. Okay, now I'm going to attach the drawer sides. I'm going to use 1 1/4 number 8 screws. Just sort of drive them home. Do the same thing with the other side. Just point your drawer should look about like that. Slots lined up. Now I'm going to take the best side of my drawer bottom with this side. I'm going to slide it into place so that that's going to become the inside of my drawer. Then I'm going to attach the drawer front. This is a cam system. The little cams look like little barrels. If you look at the slotted edge, there's 2 arrows. One little arrow at the top, which is going to point toward the post, and then there's another arrow that shows you the way to turn it. I'm going to put this on. First, we're going to put the cams in place. Now, it's a very small hole. The cam hole is very small. In this case, that little arrow is going to point up. Push that in place. If I need to, I can always adjust that a little bit with a screwdriver. You have to have that arrow in place because that's where the post is going to come down through there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Arrow up, push it into the hole, Now I'm going to take the drawer front, line the holes, line my drawer back, make sure my drawer back's in there. Then I'm going to turn it over, can you see it there? And I'm going to just tighten it clockwise. And you can see that it's a compression system, and that just brings it together. Then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other side. To prep the side panels. On these small units, this one is the 51531. They're exactly alike. Their mirror images, front to back, are the same. The bottoms, where the caster holes go, so you can see those. You know, that's the bottom of the panel. You have 2 through holes, which is going to be for the towel bars. This unit gets 2 towel bars. And I'm going to attach a tabletop stick to each of the side panels. These 2 are going to attach this stick to the top of the side panel, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to attach the top a little later on. These holes, the ones that come in there, and the countersunk is down, that's going to attach the tabletop. So when you get started, you're going to just finger tighten that, find the pilot hole in there. The stick is going to be flush with the top here. To make things simple, I'll use a power screwdriver. Screw that down. I don't want to overdo it and drive it on down. And I'll do the other one the same. Okay, now I'm going to attach the side panel to the back panel. I'm going to attach the side with a 1 3/4 inch machine screw. Those are your longest machine screw, flathead, Phillips head. I'm going to put it through the large access holes. Put that in, put it through the, raise that up a little bit. Put it through the hole on the side of the back panel. Leave that up there. I'm going to take a nut, one of the small nuts, put it on my fingertip, and before that bolt goes into the hole, I'm going to put that nut right up against the hole where the screw is going to come through. And that allows me to feel where the nut is in relation to the bolt. Now I'm going to do the same thing back there. Lift that panel up a little bit. That lets you get in there easier. Put the little nut, my fingertip again, right up against the wood. Then I'll just attach the other side in the same way. Next I'm going to prep the top. This is your cart top. This particular model, you have a straight edge on the back because you have some pilot holes, and that's where your backsplasher is going to go. And then you have 4 other pilot holes, and that's where we're going to attach these tabletop sticks up through here into these holes a little bit later on. But I like to mark those with a little, all 4 of them. And the reason I do that, it helps you align it, because we're going to invert this cabinet on top there. This just helps you see where those pilot holes are. You're not going to see it when the cart's assembled anyway. So then once I get that done, I'm going to put this at the back. That's where my pilot holes are on this particular model. Some of the models will not have that, so you're just going to invert this top, turn it around. We're going to line the 4 holes here with the tabletop sticks with the 4 holes in the bottom of the top. You See, it helps a little bit to pre-mark those. And then I'm going to take 1 1/4 number 8 screws. Okay, now we have the sides, the back panel attached to the drawer, to the top of the cart, and we're going to leave it that way. We're going to leave it inverted for the next step. Okay, the next step, I'm going to take the drawer. I'm going to invert it, put it right upside down, and the hole in the back, I'm going to put my dowel through the hole in the back, and align it with the hole in the back panel. About like that. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is put the front brace on.